Former President Donald Trump was roundly mocked after he decided to ask a really stupid question. On his platform, you know the platform, okay?
Truth, essential.
Well, he asked in response, by the way, to a devastating blizzard. Whatever happened to global warming? Whatever happened to global warming? Oh, yes. Yeah. No. Oh, great question. Oh, yeah, fantastic. Yep. Good question. Right.
Clean coal, meaning they're taking out coal, they're going to clean
Yeah,
it.
very smart, very stable genius asking the hard questions. Whatever happened to the global? It snowed outside. Can you believe that? Global warming. Now, look, to give you some context into how stupid this is, and by the way, how heartless it was for Trump to truth that. Remember, this winter storm left 37 people dead in Western New York. So people died as a result of this, and here he is trying to, think that it's a dunk on scientists and science, of which there is broad consensus that climate change exists, and B, most importantly, that human activities such as putting carbon and methane and other greenhouse gases into the atmosphere at such a rate that we are doing as this industrialized world species is devastating for the environment. So, and look, you want to say, oh, look, it snowed. There was a blizzard. Oh, climate change. Or global warming. Oh, what happened to it? Okay, well, it's funny because a week after this devastating storm, which, by the way, hit my state as well, Michigan, well, right now it's like 50 degrees. What happened? What happened? Now, that's not normal. High temperatures that are continuously breaking records every single year in both winter and summer. Not normal. I remember when I was a kid, the snow actually stayed in the ground the whole winter, as opposed to now, which it doesn't. I can't remember a time in recent history where this has happened. And I think that's an example of global trends, in some cases, making weather generally unusual for the times of year. Again, we're talking about record high temperatures during, the summer months and the winter months as well. It gets weird. And so now, look, climate change, of course, is a change in weather patterns over a long period of time. And normally, climate deniers, they'll say a few things, right? They'll say lots of things. And one of the things they'll say is actually kind of rooted in a little bit of science, but misrepresented. And in fact, they'll say things like, well, climate's always changed. Okay, yeah, sure. It has, yes. But normally, the rapid changes that you see here that are being documented take longer. They're not rapid normally. It usually takes a long time to see the changes that we're seeing in geologic time for this to happen. But since industrialization, it's been rapid. It's been rapidly changing, going faster. What would normally take tens of thousands, if not longer, of years to happen is happening in a couple of centuries. And that is disturbing, that is alarming, and it's not good. Very, to put it in Trump terms, it's very, very bad. Tremendously bad, not good. Okay? And so, look, there are times, of course, that climate has changed rapidly pre-industrialization. Usually that happens as a result of cataclysms like volcanic eruptions. So you could say that what we've done to the climate is basically a slow-burning cataclysm. Now, it would be slow in our perspective, but again, going back to geologic time, which is the span of millions and millions of years, actually is not a long time at all. Very, very rapid. So with a very, very simple science lesson over, let's get back to mocking Trump. Okay. So now, Aaron Rupert, who caught this, posted this on Twitter, responded with, "Checkmate, libs. Yeah, I got a snowball." Remember when that idiot brought that snowball into Congress? That's Inhofe, I believe. He's still in Congress. He comes in, so well, I got a snowball. Obviously, there's no global warming. It's cold outside. It snowed. I got a snowball. Yeah, okay. Sure. Another person had tweeted this. Buffalo might like word. You know, it had this massive storm, which again, these storms are not caused by climate change, but understand the conditions that create these storms, freak storms, especially these so-called once in a lifetime or once in a century storms that seem to be happening like every year now. Guess what? That's fueled by climate change. In fact, another person says it's called science. Global warming is the average of the whole Earth, not specific areas. Another person added, we had to rename it climate change for simple minds like Trump's. To which he would probably say, no, I'm a genius. I'm a very stable genius. You know what?
And then they say, "Is Donald Trump an intellectual? Trust me, I'm like a smart person."
I'm like a smart person. Talking about smart, very intelligent.
And
anyway, so now, look, this is a person who thought he was smarter than the meteorologist when it came to predicting the path of a hurricane. Remember Sharpie Gate? Sharpie Gate. I mean, yes, he used this Sharpie to try and fail to prove the point that Alabama was going to get hit massively. And turns out they didn't with Hurricane Dorian. And, you know, he also asked if he could nuke a hurricane in order to change its course. These were serious inquiries by the then president of the United States. I think he's the last person that anybody needs to listen to when it comes to weather, climate, or basically anything science related. Anything outside of, oh shoot, I don't know. Is there anything that he's actually good at? That he's actually smart? I don't know. I actually don't think that he's good at anything. I mean, you can say that he's good at lying to people, but his lies are so ridiculous and easily disproven. It's not really a good point. You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe he's good at scamming people, but then he keeps getting caught with these scams. Although people keep falling for them. So I don't know. I guess the people falling for them have to be either really dumb or just not paying enough attention to know what's going on to get themselves scammed. I don't really know. But I do know, can't trust Trump on anything science related. I mean, after all,
brand new F-35s, fighter jets, they're stealth. You can't see them.
You can't see. They're literally invisible. I can't see them at all. No, that's not what stealth means. Dumbest man in America trying to, I guess, gaslight you into not knowing, to not seeing that the climate is changing and that we are having a massive effect on it. Our industry and these corporations that continue to pump out massive amounts of green